Good evening. I'm Amanda Starantino.
And I'm Marc Mullins. New at 11 and only on RTV6. We've been reporting on a growing number of attacks on Jews in our area.
And when we dug deeper into the trend and compiled our reports, we found over the last 18 months there has been a sharp rise in anti-Semitic incidents, including harassment and vandalism.
And the numbers prove it, showing our region is one of the worst offenders for anti-Semitism. Swastikas spray painted on churches, synagogues, and even on homes and street signs. Stories you've seen on RTV6 in neighborhoods across Indiana, from Richmond to Greenwood, from Bloomington to Indianapolis.
I find that more and more our congregational families are coming to us with complaints.
When it comes to anti-Semitic incidents here, Rabbi Brett Critchever gets an earful. He doesn't need to watch the news to know they are on the rise.
I think about a number of Jewish organizations I've been affiliated with where we've also had graffiti spray painted on our building. We've had bomb threats called into our building in the Jewish community.
And now this report from the Anti-Defamation League shows incidents of anti-Semitism up since 2016, including assaults, vandalism, and attacks on Jewish properties. In fact, the ADL reports the number of anti-Semitic incidents across the nation was 60% higher in 2017 over 2016. Here in the Midwest, a 113% increase with more than 124 incidents.
This is just our list over the last 2 years. Whether it's swastikas or bomb threats as the JCC received last year.
Lindsay Mintz runs the Jewish Community Relations Council on Indianapolis's North Side and shows me this growing list.
I wish I could say I was surprised.
The agency not only works with schools and other faith-based and community organizations to bridge gaps and foster understanding, but also tracks anti-Semitic incidents in central Indiana and reports them to the ADL.
Of course, shameful, and of course, shocking. All of the adjectives that you want to use to describe a quantitative increase in expressions of anti-Semitism.
Her list includes a swastika at a dorm in Richmond in November of 2016, and a slur shouted to a man outside of a Jewish deli in Indianapolis the next day. A swastika found in the elevator at Eskenazi Hospital and on piano keys at Zionsville High School, and a Noblesville teenager parading around cloaked in a Nazi flag.
But the ones that really upset me are the calls I get from a parent of a 7th grader or a 9th grader whose Instagram feed has just been riddled with anti-Semitic messages.
For Lindsay Mintz, she's working to help Jewish families respond to such incidents in a productive way.
When a kid says, "I was just kidding, can't you take a joke?" We can't. And it's really important that acknowledging and calling it by name and saying something at the first moment that we see it, it has to be a priority.
And of course it's important that individuals are caught and held accountable, but more than that, I think it's important that communities come together to respond to hatred with love.
The Jewish Community Relations Council just completed a demographic survey and found there are roughly 20,000 Jews living in central Indiana. It's also providing bullying prevention workshops and anti-bias training for teachers and administrators, while the FBI and other police agencies look to prosecute hate crimes. Just this week, the Anti-Defamation League released a new report looking specifically at anti-Semitism on Twitter and found between January 2017 and January 2018, there were more than 4.2 million anti-Semitic tweets.